Hello, I'm an Arcaea mate of 2 years and 10 months. I guarantee you that this is one of the kinds of lessons this video teaches you guys at different levels. A video that is for everyone to learn or look for advice. For beginners to skilled players, I'll be doing my best to give as many details as possible. Before we start, I split them into many categories so you don't have trouble looking for them. Beginner guides and basics are for new players. Advanced guides are for players who still want to learn to become professionals. Skill is for the pros who are looking for advice. Extras can be for everyone who wants to know about that issue or get more advice. Without further ado, let's begin. Alright, first up with difficulty. You can change them by tapping one of the bars on the top left. You can switch packs by pressing the pack in the top middle and selecting any packs you want to explore. As a reminder, Arcaea pack is the only tournament free, while World Extend is limited free through World Mode. You can change the node speed by pressing the settings button. I recommend setting them to between 3 and 4 for starters, and you can adjust over time to your fittest. Offset is hard to adjust, but it's better to keep them as close to perfection as possible for you. Anyone who prefers playing on tap sound, which is next to the offset. And lastly, you can change colorblind mode through visual settings. I highly recommend that you finish beginner missions before exploring others on your own. This will be too much for me to fully explain, but I'll give some things that are straightforward. You can register an account by pressing the globe button and be sure the account you create has an existing email or Gmail. Even better if you have your own. World Mode is where you grind for free songs and limited events. That's where World Extend grinds comes from. You can switch partners by tapping this icon and switching to wherever you like. If you have finished Tier 5 beginner mission, you can go to the memory archive and select one of any songs you like that is up to level 9+ with the memory archive ticket. For starters, pause difficulty is the way to teach new players and help them to get used to the game style. So how do you read the judgment correctly? As for floor notes, you aim at the edge of the front notes in the line. Whole notes have no strict rules against timing. As long as it works, you're good. Arcs can be held early before they get into the sky input, so you don't have to worry about timing them. Don't worry, your first attempt is just to understand how the track goes. Over time, you'll know how to get better. Most of you here are likely to learn hard present, easy future, or both. Sky notes is introduced, and arcs no longer stay on top at all times. That's why they introduce these trails. As the sky notes get closer to the edge, you know where the judgment line is. I hope this can teach you how to read better. You wanted to do better than other experts, but you just couldn't do it after many attempts. I'll try to explain as much as possible on this. The most charts in a level are 9, and there are a lot in common with one another. There are many patterns that many players are trying to get used to, examples of odds, evens, trains, streams, etc. Reading them horizontally is easy enough, but many players struggle to read them vertically like this one. That's where you have to learn blind spots. It's about how you do them alternatively and where they begin and how you read them. These are the boxes with colors that will come in handy. Keep them in mind. As for odds, if one of the lanes has more notes than the other, that is the first note you start with, then alternate. Even such as these, it will be a bit harder to read than odds. Try to read about which notes comes first by looking at these boxes I have made. Depending on what speed you're at, that's why a lot of players play in between speed 4 to 6. Speed 5 is the most common. As a reminder, not all charts are in perfect sync, so it's best to adjust your offset by a bit to fit the timing. Yup, there are more tips for the pros than you think. First, many hard songs, such as those with a level 10 or higher, will definitely need your speed and stamina. If you don't work out, then you can still train inside Arcaea. Find any charts that are likely to have spams or jacks, such as. Second, they have different ways of training, improving accuracy, aim, stamina, you name them. However, there are some downsides if they don't have knowledge. It quickly drains their stamina, maybe because they have been missing one key ingredient, arm movement. Some players play them with their arms vertically when they sit and sometimes horizontally when lying down. In-depth players can do it both vertically and horizontally, depending on what patterns they're doing.
Score. Although my eye is not always the best, but damn, okay, I got it, yes, TTD up, nice.
At first, let's talk about devices. I'm seeing many players play on tablets, suggesting to others that it's better to play on bigger screens, but that's not always true. Frames matter a lot to experiences. The refresh rate is known as frames per second. You can check your device settings to see if there are multiple choices for you to change. You are likely stuck on 60 or 90 if there's no such settings. If you play with new versions but are unable to register 3 fingers at once, then it's likely that something has been enabled in your device settings. Find them and turn them off. Keys in a different context is an alternate way to hit a pattern, which in most cases makes gameplay easier. It is a huge help to many players, including myself, who struggle to hit the patterns manually. If it's not enough for you, chart view or watching other players' PM videos won't fail to teach you. It's not just looking at them, but understanding the alternative and actually using your hands to train the charts. You could try to download the chart view to practice if your touchscreen can be locked, or download one if yours can't. It's best to learn them in slow motion before normal speed. I'm afraid that practice will take a long time, but I'm confident that it will be worth it. One last thing for new players, Arcaea has a Twitter and Discord server. I have both of the links in the description if you want to follow or join the community. And that will be the end of everything I have for now. If there's any error, suggestion, or advice, feel free to leave comments for others to read. Thank you for coming here to hear them out. I hope these can help you improve swiftly. Best of luck!